Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to part 2 of clearing the bench. I'm going through and trying to get some of these projects done so I can organize the shop a little bit. I have an idea for a shelf to put some of these bin racks in, and I wanted to get them all cleaned up, organized, and decide which ones I'm going to keep and which ones I'm going to toss. Well, that's a faucet nozzle. Doesn't fit anything I know of, and that makes it pretty much useless. I don't know what these are. It says this side up. I imagine it's part of some piece of furniture like IKEA or something like that. Perhaps it's I had another thing that I was told was part of a wire rack for closets, and you know, there's a bazillion different pieces that this could be. These are screw hooks for hanging things, and that is a nail, and that is a screw, and that is an empty bin. But this is just a piece of wire cable, and that can go back in that bin. It was happy there before, it can be happy there again. Now this came from the estate sale. These look like parts of a faucet. And that's a thick washer with stellations on it so it'll grip things. This is a copper washer. That goes with a copper rivet. It was used to bond leather. And these are just 1/4 inch washers and 5/16 washers and 3/8 washers. Various and sundry. These are supposed to be something to anchor wire to the wall. Not worth the trouble to put them in. And that is a wire nut. But this particular style of wire nut I don't like. I much prefer the newer, more modern ones that grip the wire better. This one tends to strip out on you, and it only handles very, very fine wire. So, really not much point in keeping it. And these are staples for stapling up telephone wire or bell wire. Got a missing drawer. That happens. Lag bolts. 3/8 bolt, deck screws, oh, big wing nut. No idea. sheet metal screws, whole batch of wing nuts. I happen to have a use for wing nuts, and this is a turn nut, thumb, I forget what would I call them. Cotter pins, more cotter pins, more cotter pins. Might be better to just do this. Then I can set out the cotter pins over here. Oh look, this is a blade for an arrow. That is not a good thing to leave in a loose drawer. Don't know what that is, but it looks like it might be handy. And this this pile of miscellaneous stuff, I just put back in the drawer. First I'm going to check brass screws. Quite a pile of stuff here. The rubber suction cups are pretty much worthless unless you have them in really good condition, and this one is old. What is this? Push pins. Thumbtacks. Junk bolt. These are push pins for, last time I saw them used, they were used for a furniture cover. I don't like them. I have no use for them. They just tend to get stuck into your fingers. Five 5/16 zinc bolts with nuts. Those will go in the bolt drawer. American cut tacks, also known as carpet tacks. Sterilized because they used to hold them in their mouth. Not something I would do, but then, that's not me. Pull chains. I have another drawer with bead chain in it. We'll transfer those. Anchors. Various and sundry carriage bolts. Standard amount of nails and junk. This is actually a reasonably sorted batch of screws. Straight bit screws, I like those. And more of the same. These are wood screws, various things, some straight bits, some Phillips, mostly straights. That's good. An empty bin. Most like the cotter pins in there. As we go along and find more, we'll put them in there. Finished nails. And a carpet tack. Try and keep carpet tacks separated because they're sharp as needles. Oh, that's where I put that. That's off the, that's the repaired nut that I took off of the Porter cable router. Screws, sheet metal and wood. compression terminals, cotter pins and spring clips, screw eyes, oh look, a whole bunch of dividers, and another big lag bolt. These dividers will come in handy for when I go to sorting stuff. I'm going to put these up in the upper right hand corner where I keep the rest of the dividers and all the other bins. Corrugated fasteners. Not something I use. Sheet metal or wood screws. Straight bit fines. Well, that lag screw is actually worthless because it's been chewed up so badly. Screw eyes, chair leg anchors, connectors, one of those wire nuts that I don't keep. Cable clamp, more lag bolts, straight bit wood screws, Romex staples, and a fence staple. Just go dump these in the box with the rest of the Romex staples. This is how I keep all my scrap iron. This is no good. Interesting how amazing how many similar items there are. An empty bin to put wing nuts in. nails. At least these are all similar. And a whole pile of little nails, brad nails. There was a whole pile of stuff in this cabinet, and let's suffice to say that there was a bunch of empty drawers when I was done. Not everything is good in these cabinets, and some of it just ends up in the milk jug to go to the scrap yard later and become push pins for something else. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.